I have been redesigning, reviewing my whole budget plan. I always do. Sometimes it's weekly, sometimes it's monthly, or the every 3 or 4 month, the reset time, which is in September for us. Remember, you're resetting, changing. I see a lot of you changing right now, condensing, downsizing things, and finding new things that you may need to get to December. And that's okay. And it may not work. And what do? We do it again till we get what we're going to get right. And you can't do what everybody else is doing. Okay? Don't compare yourself to anybody. That's your plan. This is your budget. That's their budget. They may have less finances than you do. They may have more. That shouldn't make any difference. You need to worry about what you got to do. You need to stay focused. Stay on the course. Stay on the path. Design your plan the way you want it. That's easiest for you, where you're not struggling so much trying to fit the plan in that you can't get anything paid off. Some of you got a lot of bills. You got to decide, which bill am I going to pay off first? The snowball method, or I'm going to do the avalanche method, or am I going to make up my own method? Okay? Or maybe, like I said, sometimes they bug you. You get the bugging method. Okay? You got to go. Now, and some things ramp up. Some of you got debt collectors. You got to decide what's going on. Some of you got to go to court. Do what you have to do to get through. And don't be afraid. God is by your side every step of the way. He already sees you. It depends on you whether you're going to take his advice or still not take his advice and go on and try to do things on your own. It's okay to think about it, but put him in the mix. Him and Jesus, put him in the mix. 2 or 3 gathered in my name. I'll be with you too. Just put them in the mix, because I'm praying for you. I think we're going to get some type of a breakthrough coming through. Things are popping, and some little help. So I'm praying for that really hard. So it's 2 or 3 gathered. The rest of you start praying. Get on it. And sometimes it's not a prayer, it's just a talk. You don't have to be all out there. You just talk to him like you're talking to anybody else. He hears you. He's right by your side. You may not see him, but he's there by your side. He's got you. All you got to do is focus. You got to focus on the things that you have to do, the plans you have to make to get where you got to go. And maybe you want to set a date that's not really hard. I told you, soft goals. Go, hey, I'm going to pay off this car next year, probably the middle of the year, probably. Okay? Don't sit there and put yourself in this trap of saying, I'm paying that car off in September, and then something blows. Just soft goals. If you do it softly, it's okay. I told you I had to do soft goals. That's what I did. I got finished a lot faster than what I thought on some of the things I had to pay for. We have to take our time. We have to focus. You have to set it up. Who's paying what? When are we paying this? Some of you are using trackers. I'm doing this first, and I'm doing this first. And try not to spend too much money along the way. I know some of you want to help Etsy shops and all other shops, but if you don't have the finances, just the thought that you're helping people is just enough. That you're helping them carry on for the moment. But I've been downsizing and redesigning because some people had sent me some stuff, so I know I'm going to downsize. And I will give you an example. I got my month ahead binder, but somebody sent me this one, which is a month ahead, same thing, challenge. Okay, but since I don't have as much, what I want to say, debt, where it's like, I got to pay this, and this one's more broken up into different sections, which I like it, but I think somebody else will probably need this. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do about giving that away, and also redesigning my Etsy shop to help out. See, this one's a little smaller. I was working on it, and I don't have, it's just basic things, and I don't have to go through unexpected, and they've sent it to me, so I was working on that, but it's just small, and I don't need any larger because now I've gotten finances kind of straightened out, right? And so you don't need all of that, right? The car's gone. Don't need all of that. You don't need, you get your credit cards in order. You get, utilities, everything's in order. And then you actually can have and enjoy yourself. So think about that time, because there's people right now, it used to be maybe 2 in 10 had their house paid off. Not anymore, because a lot of them had to refinance it. They had to start all over again. Every time I used to be younger and we got our house paid off. I mean, it was excitement. They had these mortgage burning things, and my parents would go and hope the mortgage is over, blah, 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 have a big old party. Now I don't see anybody doing it too much, like once every year. I didn't even see one this year. So they're not doing it. And some people can't get mortgages. And also I'm going to say it this way. Did one pony say $25,000 for first-time home buyers? I think, right? Think too much, probably overthink. And I got to thinking, you just announced to all the sellers, people that sell their houses, and maybe a company, right? So a lot of companies bought houses, that they got $25,000 extra, right? So what do you think is going to happen? Okay, you have to think greedy. Okay, I know it's very hard for some of you. Others, it might be a little easier, but, but think greedy. What are they going to do to the house they have for sale? They're going to probably up it $25,000. So the house that was originally $300,000, that you probably could negotiate it down a little bit, because usually when people put houses up for sale, usually it's overpriced, so because they got a certain price in their mind, so that you'll come down to when you negotiate. But what do you think is going to happen, especially companies that own? They're going to up that price of that house. So that house is going to be $325,000, and they may go to $350,000 to get you, and then say, "Oh, it's $325,000. There's your $25,000." Who's going to lose? It's not them. So it's a good idea. Then it's not a good idea. I always follow the money. I'm going, what's going on with this? Who's benefiting in the long run and who's not? So, they could have an extra $25,000 to pay for them. Because, they're going to work that into their contract. So anyway, but I thought I'd throw that out there. But if you think about it, if you agree with me, let me know. What's your thoughts on the idea? But it just kind of got in my mind. I'm like, there's something going to happen. Somebody. Okay, I said, okay, think scammer mode, Cash Bear Mama, think. Okay, and it was like, oh. So this is the weekly plan for this week. My goal is to review, reset, and redesign things. I'm working on the shop I told you. I'm still doing budgeting and all that stuff in there, but I want some more different things that I do. So I have to redesign and look at that. I'm still doing that. Save and condense and combine challenges, which I have. I've been condensing, and binders and all this other stuff have left. Okay, top priorities are to change my video schedule, which is changing. Where did I put it at? I'm doing like budgeting, planning, vlogging, like you're seeing now on Monday type things. Christmas, holidays, and anything extra is on Wednesday. Friday will be games and scratch-offs. Sunday will be sinking fund things like the house, vacation, anything sinking fund related. Because the only thing I have to pay off is the house. So that's basically my sinking funds. But we have other sinking funds. You can't live without sinking funds. You got utilities, you got blah blah. Things are there. So that'll be that. That'll always be that. My daughter, Cash Bear Princess, her birthday is in September. Got to get ready for that. The homeless that I work with have a get together to, dance and talk. And we're having a meeting also and eat at a buffet or barbecue. I haven't decided. Probably barbecue is easier, but either one's easier for me, really. Just cook and leave it there, or cook and whatever. And so we'll talk about that. My low priority is to order a new tree for Christmas. I kept using my old tree. I'm sick of it now. It's time for it to go, and I want to order a brand new Christmas tree. No, I'm not going to get a live tree. I'm done with that. Okay, I still see needles from look like 2 years ago. I find one, I can vacuum, and I look down, and I'm like, where did you come from? Okay. So, no, I'm not doing that anymore. So, you want to do it, let me know. I'll come on over. Okay. Anyway, restaurant birthday. I have to follow up on the restaurant we're having the birthday party at. Dinner. I teach online classes from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. And I also record those so that other people can see them at their own leisure. I'm going to cash stuff today. Next week, we do walking, usually at 6 a.m. with the group. And that's usually at the park. We all get together. Bingo 6 to 9. And then I do my online 11, blah, blah, blah. I was supposed to teach law school, but it's canceled because they decided they weren't starting that day, which I wasn't really paying attention. I don't think they knew they weren't. I was busy, and so I was going, and then it was like, no, I can't go to bingo. Oh, I can go to bingo. Okay. So meatball stew is what I'm making. It's like a meatball stew casserole. That's basically, okay. And then the 19th, we'll do our 6 a.m. walk around with the family. They get up. I got a Zoom meeting with my employees, online teaching, and I'm making a taco pizza for dinner. And most of our food does not make it to the next day most of the time, or if it does, they usually eat it for lunch, and usually it's gone, or employee will stop by starving, so whatever. Or my grandparents will decide they're coming to eat. And what do you got? What did you make? Huh? Okay. So walking again at 6 a.m. I'm trying to get up to 12,000 steps a day, instead of, like I go 11 one day and 10, then I hit 14. Just stay over 12,000 somewhere. Water 5 to 6 8 ounces a day, or tea. I substitute sometime unsweetened tea. I got to pick up the syllabus for the classes at night. I maybe finished early online, and then my first day at the law school teaching is 7 to 9, and we're having baked pork chops that night. I didn't list the sides. Usually sides they like rice, real sporadic. It's like rice, Brussels sprouts, not keen on corn, mixed vegetables. They just don't want all that. So I am happy because I already know, here, throw that in there. If I do greens, that's usually on the weekend, like kale, collard, turnip greens or something. But, or I save it for the holiday. But that's when I usually do that. We do a group walk on Thursday, and then I have to call the butcher and the fish markets to order my meat and things for September all the way to June next year. Okay, or August next year. I'm trying to do the whole year and get that finished. The farmers market is with the homeless people where they sell their things at, so I'll be there. Do the online at 11, but our dinner is lemon roasted baked chicken. which is a new recipe because it's got a few new things in there. So I'm going to try it. Lady gave it to me at the store. Me and her were talking. I gave her my recipe for chuck roast. And she said, oh, let me give you this. And so she wrote this out. So we will see. I will let you know because this is different than mine, but we'll see. Walk at 6 a.m. on Friday. And usually also, this is like our breakfast day with the family. And we all meet at a restaurant after we get finished walking. And usually we go to anywhere that has a breakfast, Cracker Barrel, Bob Evans, whatever's open. There's another one open. There's a new one open. Oh, and I can't think of the name. It's new. And butcher fish pickup. And I know that when we there, everybody's going because my mom is getting stuff. Everybody's up there ordering their stuff. And so we're going to eat lunch up there at the Italian market. The Italian market owns the butcher shop. And they opened a market this year. We have not ate there yet, but it's the same people. We know them. My mom's known them for years. And they had opened this place up. She's always bought from them. So we'll be there for that. My daughter has a video job she's doing for somebody, and I gotta remember to remind her of that. I think she's got it, but she's got a lot of stuff she does. When I come back, we got nachos and beef because I have to look at my movie that I get paid for from the movie company. I'm not telling you what company, and I can't disclose what the name of the movie is. It's a working title. It's a real movie in rough cut. Okay, and they give me a new one every Friday. And so I have till Sunday to look at it, but we usually sit down on Friday with everybody. They don't mind the family, but they can't say anything because they also had to sign a disclosure if they're going to sit down with me that it better not get out. Okay, so they're very closed mouth, nothing about it. We talk about the movie among ourselves, and then I fill out the form, and I have to talk about the characters and interaction, things like basic things too, like lighting, or did a crew member walk across the stage? Do you have the wrong type of watch for the year of the movie? I still remember Happy Days. He had a digital watch on, and they didn't have digital watches back in, I think, the 50s when Happy Days was supposed to be recorded in, and the father had a digital watch on one time. Okay, weekend walk, we do that with the neighborhood at 6:30, and then kind of basically free that day. Kind of quiet. Thank you. So that's a me time. But it's Saturday night, we're having a fish fry, and then next Sunday we're having a barbecue. That's with family, and maybe some of the homeless will come. My family always invites them anyway. So also today we are doing our cash stuffing of $2,767 because I gotta get ready for next week. Yes, I am a digital budgeter, but I do use this to look back on to see, because I don't open up here now. I'm looking like, how much I got left? I actually take this with me to see what's going on. Or I have my little wallet, I put my spending money in there. Or I got my credit card in there. Usually I got my credit card I use. So it's usually loaded up and ready to go. So we will start with, abundance. Now I just put this in there because, so it's probably, so it's got 10,000, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 100, 10, 20, 30, 85. So we're just going to add 100 to that because I won bingo last week, so we're going to just put it in here. Put you in the front. Never mind. Just put it in the front. And what's so funny about it? It was on a little scratch off. You know, little scratch offs they hand you. That's what it was on. I didn't win bingo per se. It was just that I was close, but no. Okay, cafe is like coffee. It's like grandparents coming, talking about ice cream cones. My dad coming by, let's go out to eat. And I try to pay for it because they have done so much for me. And then for $150 for dining out, and that they both kind of work together. I run out of money here in the cafe, and then you run to the dining out if you get that. But usually I don't do all that, but yeah, that does happen. You have to be prepared. Entertainment. I don't see me going anywhere. My mom's trying to go see Bruno again, but that's got nothing to do with me because I've seen Bruno with her several times. I'm not going to see Bruno right now. So this feels like $2. So $60. She'll probably take the kids again because she wanted to go to the Taylor Swift show. So didn't they go? Okay, home is nothing because everything's should be okay with that, and I paid everything. Insurance, we're starting up the car insurance again for January. The car insurance is paid, but next year it'll be $1,600. So the first half, let's try to get it ready now. Okay, so 100 because I'm gonna pay that off in January. I don't want to be bothered with that car doing that. Okay, so the insurance. Okay, we're going. Nutrition can be vitamins, food, groceries. So that's why I named it nutrition. So we're going to put $500, $600 in there because I'm going to the markets, the butcher markets and stuff. And if I overspend, I'll go to one of my personals and pull it out. But I'm putting $600 in there. And personal, I'm putting $100. Okay, spend, I'm putting $100 because I also, we're shopping for my daughter. If I can get that out the way, I'm fine. I think I basically got that out the way. I have to listen, okay, and to what she wants. I don't ask, I just kind of listen to see what's going on. I mean, my parents never did that. I didn't ask nothing for Christmas. It was like their stuff, yeah, because they listened. What do they want? They wanted Christmas to be special. Okay, utilities, I owe for the electric $104. 2, 3, 4 for the settle up month. So that's good. I thought it was going to be worse than that. Casper Mama was like, here we go, y'all. All right, for the wealth part, we won the lottery. So how much do we win on that? Oh, but a YouTube check. Oh, no. Okay. I haven't put that in here. So the YouTube check is $1,033. $1,133. $1,133. Okay. So now, matter of fact, wait a minute. I'd already put the lottery check in here. Okay, so that's why you're up there like that. So total we've got in wealth, and I've been keeping my YouTube checks so that I could see how much was actually in there all year. So that's why you don't hear about them all the time. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I have a 5? Well, I had a 5 place over. Yeah, I do. Let me condense this down. I'll be sitting there like, what happened? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you go there. 5. Hold on, I'm coming. Okay, condensed. Okay, so We got 1, 2, 3. Come, could you not glue together? 1, 2, 3,500. Unless it's something hid. Okay, hold on. 20, 30, 40, 50. 3. Okay. That's in the wealth. And no, these are my emergency. The abundance and that's the emergency plan, okay? Yes, that's I don't care for the word emergency, because I told you I had more stuff happening. I get money for the emergency, and then it was out of there and then when it happened the third time, I told my mom, I said, something got to give, and we were talking, and she said, call it prosperity, abundance, do something else, don't do that, because she said, we never did call it that, we call it savings. It's your savings plan. That's where you're getting your money out. You're pulling your money out, right? So I did that, and then the money started staying in. Yes, you have your little things happen, but it gets back in there. It was easier. It just came on back in there, and I was fine, with it. And I said, okay, I gotta nix the Dave Ramsey thing. I like him, but that baby step plan kept me kind of back, because when I started, if you're a debtor, a person that owes money, you don't even want to think about emergency plan. You want to take that $1,000 and go pay that debt off. And that's precisely what I was thinking, and it backfired with me, because that's what my mind was thinking. Emergency plan, I need to be paying my debt. Emergency plan, no. So I just switched around and started paying off my debt, and then the money started coming in. Because once you pay off your debt, what happens? You start getting more money. And so, and then I heard people talking about cash stuffing. He invented the cash stuffing. He didn't invent cash stuffing. Your grandparents invented cash stuffing. Okay, great grandparents. My mom, I remember taking an envelope and putting money in. Her and my dad sitting there writing on there what bill they were going to pay. That was cash stuffing. It didn't exactly have its name like that, but that's what it was. Nobody thought of making it bigger, doing that. My grandparents use, my grandmother still does, baby food jars. And she would put my name on one, and, different things. This is for the electric. This is for, my grandfather's spending money, his lunch money. They invented that. And he came on talking about what he was doing. How he got out of debt, which he did the beans and rice thing, which I was not going through either. Okay, I was like, if my God is a big, awesome God, I don't need to be eating beans and rice. He's going to provide every need that I've got, because I'm going to pray and have what I'm going to have. And get my needs straightened out, and wants and everything else, so that I can live abundantly. And so the beans and rice thing went out the door. I mean, he's good if you're really starting out and you're really in trouble. Really, really in trouble, because he does make you focus on what you need to do. But I think after that, the order, I already had a house. I wasn't worried about the retirement plan. I had retirement, they had been saving. I did want to build more, but, if I really wanted to, I was comfortable with what I had. So it was like, I just want to get rid of debt. That's all I want. If you get rid of the debt, I can make it home free. Okay, that's my plan. If I just get rid of it, I'm home free. And I tell you, when the credit cards left, you could feel the weight lifting off my little bare shoulders, okay? And then when the car left this year, there's another big weight. And even though the house may still be there, it is nothing like having all these credit cards and paying out the wazoo, making sure they're not late, just paying the minimum all the time. It's a weight that just needs to go, okay, so that I could start other things, with the homeless and the foundation and stuff, and do what I gotta do, according to God's plan, whatever plan he gives me. And things may be different, but I got a weight off my shoulder, and I can do and try different things and enjoy trying it. And if I fail, I fail. Try something else. I'm not going to stop, because if you stop, yeah, you are a failure. You don't try. If you give up, you don't try. If you give up the budgeting and you mess up and refuse to do it, you didn't try. You didn't try to get through it. And we know years from now, I tell you, we laugh about things that have happened. I told you when we took that White Castle and cut it into 4 parts, that's all we had. And I didn't even eat any. I gave it to the kids. I had one. That's all I had to eat. That's all we had. The refrigerator was empty. Drinking water that time. But now we crack up about it. Do you remember when we... Do you remember this? We got little stories of what happened and what they did to help out and all this other stuff, and how some people helped and some people didn't in your life. I started seeing really the true people that were not just associates, they were a friend. And the associate, that the friend that you thought was a friend turned into an associate. You started to see those people and who they were and what they were, and I started kind of pushing them out of my life. I don't need you. There's nothing I can do. I'll be friends, but I'm not going to tell you everything. You're not going to know everything because you're not that close to me. It's not going to work. And some of them are jealous. You got to move them out the way. You know, you got jealous friends too. You may have a new car. They may not say anything. You may not even know. But after a while, you'll kind of get this uneasy feeling, or they may say something, and your little brain will get that little zinger in it going, you're jealous of me, aren't you? You're really jealous. And I have to tell my kids that. You know, they got some friends they have met. I call, they, and the minute I meet them, I'm like my mom. I'm looking at them going, great. Yeah, but see, I have to let them, they're going to buck me, okay? So I have to let them sometimes go out there and figure it out. And then they're beginning now to know, this person's not in my league. This person is jealous of me. I got more than that person. Yeah, you do. And they get jealous. Your best friend, like I said, can get jealous. Your family member can get jealous. Your mother and father can get jealous. You have to focus and open your eyes and make sure everything's okay. And you have to watch all the time. It's not like jealousy creeps up on people. They don't want you to know that they're jealous of you because they want to know what you're doing. Okay? They want to know what you got. How did you get where you've been? Why are you there? You may not think anything of it. You may have an old raggedy house, but see, they live in an apartment. And they looking at you going, how'd you get that? I remember my husband and I, we moved into a condo when we first got married. And, gorgeous condo. Okay? And I had his birthday party there that summer after we got married. And I remember I heard out the side of my ear, my mom and them was there. And I told you my mom and them was not happy with the family. But they didn't say anything, but I already knew. And I heard out of my ear, and so did my girlfriends were there, and my, some guy friends I had and all this stuff. And they heard it too. And they said, how'd they get this? How'd they get in this? See, that's your cue, right? They might be your family, but they look what they saying. I told you I had the same thing at my wedding. They might be your family, but they just reduced themselves to associates. And sometimes you have to kind of back away. You just got to back away. You don't want to. It hurts. It hurts that family members cannot get along and can't cheer you on, or your friends and everything. And it hurts, and sometimes some people get very lonely because they had to back off. They can't go to those barbecues and all this stuff because somebody's going to start talking. Or they have a little too much alcohol and everything comes out. So you watch what you do. There's some spouses, they the same way. They jealous, they're jealous maybe of your education. They're jealous that you may have gotten further than they have in life, or you had a house, but they didn't when they were growing up. They just don't. They can't get it. And you can talk and talk and talk. You got to have that match, and you got to work on it. A marriage is very hard to work on when somebody is like that they can't get straightened out from their past. They have an issue with their past, and they're bringing it into the marriage. And then you got to try to work on it. And sometimes you can, and sometimes you can't. But they get real jealous. They'll come up on there, oh, you got more education than I do. My husband came up on that. That's why I'm saying it. Okay. We met in law school. But I had gotten my master's before I'd got my doctorate. So, yes, I had went to school longer than you had, or went on. He just had his his law degree, which is fine. I didn't care. Nothing much with the master's and the doctorate. What are you going to do with it? Personally, I actually thought, what am I doing with this? But, he every time an argument would come, what would happen? You think you got more education than me. You think, and I'm like looking at him like, Jesus, keep me near the cross. If I had thought that way, like I told him, I wouldn't have married you. I'm not thinking about that. Okay, I said it's the same thing. He grew up very, very poor. And a lot of circumstances, things happen, and it carried into the marriage. See, you have to pull that stuff together sometimes before you entered into a marriage. And I didn't know anything about it till after you get married, of course. You've been talking and talking, because I've been asking questions. It wasn't like I wasn't asking. What's going on with you? How'd you grow up? Blah, 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 blah. But he carried it into the marriage. And of course, if there was an argument, you know more, you think you know more than me, and there you go. And it makes a very bitter thing if you can't work together. Or even with somebody in your household. You may have relatives, you may have roommate. It makes very bitter if you own something. There's somebody, I know they own a restaurant and they're with housemates. And he's basically in there with people that are jealous. He inherited a restaurant with his mom. And he's kind of backed up into the acting probably the way they wanted to act. He's going in late. It's going to be his restaurant one day. And I have no doubt that those people are influencing and talking, about you own this and da-da-dee-da-dee. People want you to fail whether you think they don't sometimes. And even though his mom and him own the restaurant, you got to get up. You got to go to work. Okay? It's yours. It's going to be yours one day. You got to keep thinking that. I've had several friends, they own, they inherited something, a car dealership or whatever, and they're just blasé about it. I don't want to do it. In this time, we're in hard times right now. I wouldn't be letting any business go. It's like the ones that, have it, they don't want to do it. And a lot of people don't want you to own it in the first place. They want that land. They want that business. And you have to think the same way. You may not have a business or whatever, but somebody wants to do more than you. You may have an Etsy shop, and it may not be doing well. Okay? That's not the problem. The problem is somebody's going to look at you, oh, you're on Etsy, one of your friends. You may not even sold anything. It's just the idea you're on there. And their mind is going, wonder what? They don't even check. Okay? They thinking you bringing in money. Who cares? You're bringing in money. Somebody can say they own a restaurant. You just started yesterday. Oh, you're bringing in money. That's what I told you. Watch yourself. Safety. Because they're listening, they're jealous, things happen. So I want you to take care and have that great day. Focus. Focus. Okay? It's not a dirty word. Okay? It's the best word. It's a 5-letter word. And it's very hard to do. But you have to focus on what you have to do. And some people will tell you how to do something and it's not right, but you use your intuition, male or female, and you go, I'm going to try it this way. If it don't work, I'm going to try it another way. I can't listen to what everybody is telling me. I'm not going to get out of this. So do what you have to do. Praying for you. God bless you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for listening. Thank you for my divine 9. Okay, I want to call it the divine, wonderful 9. They are always there. Thank you to my members. Thank you for the trolls. Thank you, trolls. Yeah, you show up every once in a while. You got little things to say. Some things are good, but I've talked to you. But you guys take care. Enjoy yourself. Don't forget, I got my Etsy shop with the abundant wealth. Check. Okay, or make your own, because December the 31st, we're going to see how much did you save all year from anywhere. Okay, how much did you get? What came in? How much is your checks? But you don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell anybody. All I want to know, did you make it or you didn't? Put a number on that abundant wealth check and see what happens. Did we get there almost? Do we kind of got there? Do we even try? So take care. Enjoy yourself. I'm praying for those checks. I'm praying for you. Bye-bye.